There's a wonderful scripture in Proverbs that's helped me a lot. It says this in Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16. The righteous person falls or fails 7 times and rises again. The righteous person, the holy person, someone close to God, may fall or fail 7 times. That's a multiplicity of times, but they rise again. In other words, it's okay to fail. It's okay to have this fear of failure because we will rise again. Imagine if it said the foolish person falls 7 times. It doesn't say that. It says the holy person, the righteous person, the one who is close to God may fall 7 times but will rise again. That's a wonderful promise, isn't it? Maybe you've fallen down. Maybe you're not happy with where you are in life. Maybe you have regrets and think, I deserve this. I'm in this dead-end life and nothing's working out. But the scripture says you will rise again. In fact, I believe our dreams are often on the other side of our failures. Even when we fail, the right hand of Jesus is adequate to save. Though the righteous may fall 7 times, the Lord will uphold them. There is no mistake too great to place you outside the grace, strength, and sufficiency of Jesus' hand. The 7th chapter of Micah verse 8 says, Rejoice not against me, O my enemy. When I fall, I shall rise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. Proverbs 24:16 says, For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. It doesn't say a wicked man falls, it just says a just man, someone who's trying, giving it their all. Life is more than we can handle sometimes, but this scripture reminds us that we can't stand unless God upholds us. The passage is not about never failing, it's about what becomes of you after you fall. It's not a question of whether you will fail or if your faith will be shaken or if you'll make mistakes. The question is, will you allow God to work in your life after you fall, just as you allowed Him to work in your life when you thought you would never fall? Will you let God take what's broken and mend it? Will you let God turn your failure into victory? Or will this be the end of your testimony and your Christian walk? Micah says, When I fall, I shall rise. I don't see an option for never failing or falling, but I do see an option to rise after falling. Will you stay down or will you get up? When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light to me. The darkness could be emotional, physical, spiritual, or something beyond your control, but there will be dark days and seasons in your life. What I want to know is, would the Lord be your light in those moments? So many people boast of the Lord on the mountaintop but forget about Him in the valley. They praise Jesus when the sun shines, but enter into despair when the sun sets. This problem didn't come to stay, it came to pass. God being for you is more than the world being against you. You shall rise. Proverbs says a good person may fall 7 times but they rise again. Get your fire back, get your passion back. Nothing you've done is too much for God's mercy. He knew every mistake you would ever make and has already taken them into account. He has a plan even for the times when you missed it. You may be down, but that's not your final destination. God is saying, get ready to rise. The question is, will you get up? When will you get up? When are you going to rise? Falling is part of learning to walk. What child learns to stand without falling? When a child first pulls themselves up, they stand unsteadily, staggering like a wobbling figure, and then collapse. But that's part of learning to stand. And until they learn to stand, they cannot learn to walk. It's a process. God's grace is there as we learn, stumble, and rise again. Proverbs 24:16 says, The godly may trip 7 times, but will get up again. One disaster is enough to overthrow the wicked, but the godly get back up. We fall, but we get back up. Think about your children. When they first started walking, the moment they stood on their own 2 feet, the next thing they did was fall down. But no parent said, stay there. You encourage them to get up. Even when they fall on their faces, you urge them to try again. Falling was necessary for them to learn to walk, to run, to maximize their potential. Some of us have fallen and life hasn't been fair, but we've stayed down. Today I'm telling you, it's time to get up. A setback is just a setup for a comeback. This could be the start of your comeback. No matter how bad it looks, we're never out of the race. Even a hopeless situation can turn around. God is the author of the ultimate comeback story. He can flip the script, take you from feeling defeated to bringing you to victory. Time and time again, the Bible shows us that God doesn't give up on us. We may feel like quitting, but God doesn't quit on us. And when we come back to Him, we find that He's right there waiting for us, closer than we thought. With God, there is always hope. He wants to write a new ending to your story, one that's not about defeat or failure, but about victory. You're never too defeated, broken, or far away to come back to Christ. You're never too deep in despair to be brought to a victorious ending. No matter what failure or disaster you faced, God can turn it into your greatest victory. He is the God of comeback. Despite your failures, your comeback story might be right in front of you. And it could be huge. Be ready. God bless you.